Went to Walmart to buy toothpaste. They came out with a lawnmower and a shotgun.
A lot can be said about Walmart. It's a huge chain. It has everything under one roof, and prices are not that high compared to other stores. But a lot can be said against it as well. Rather than joining the chorus of voices exposing everything that's wrong with Walmart, we'll focus instead on food. Why food? Because unlike any other cheap or defective product you might buy there, food has the added disadvantage of causing possible health problems. So here are 10 foods you should never buy at Walmart.
If they think I'm paying $4 an apple for a Honeycrisp, they're out of their minds.
Coffee.
Call this stuff coffee. Maybe it isn't coffee at all.
Almost on a daily basis, prices of goods tend to change. You'll definitely notice this if you follow their ads in the printed media and online. But while the grocery stores like Walmart will advertise the slashed prices and discounts, the other items that get a temporary spike remain hidden like a nasty surprise. In fact, most likely you won't even know you paid extra for the eggs because all you're thinking about is how you got the milk cheap. And that's how the chain can afford to cut prices while still making a profit. The few cents that come off one item gets added to another item. What has this got to do with coffee, you ask? Well, coffee in Walmart is one of those consumer products that the retailer seems to treat as a luxury item. Big brands of coffee like Folgers almost always sell for higher prices than in other chains.
What if we told you that we secretly replaced your coffee with Folgers crystals?
So it seems it's the store policy to always pile up the cents and sometimes bucks on branded coffee while they cut prices on overripe bananas and fresh produce, which is way beyond its fresh days. The bottom line is that it pays to know your prices. What's the point in saving money on one item only to pay more for another? So if they can get you in the store thinking you're getting a deal on a few items, chances are you're buying the rest of the items on your shopping list at the same time.
Hey, there she is! That's the Walmart mommy!
Baking ingredients.
Hallo! Welcome to Fjord's Bakery!
Walmart, like many other stores, likes to sell various items under its own brand. They're usually cheaper than big brands, and with that price comes a downgrade in quality, because something has to give. Now, the problem here is that the store puts itself in competition with all the other, more famous brands it puts on its own shelves. And how to convince the customer to buy the Walmart-branded flour or sugar and not that other, more popular one? You pile up the cents and bucks on the price tag of that branded product. This is why you should avoid the baking aisle at Walmart.
Attention Walmart shoppers, it is 9 o'clock and Walmart is closing.
All the branded baking ingredients like sugar, flour, salt, and even baking powder are more expensive than in other grocery stores. But what if you're already in Walmart and you need ingredients to bake that pie or make that cake? Well, your best option is to buy the store-branded products and to buy them in bulk. That way you can really save some serious money. Maybe that's their plan to get consumers to buy the Walmart brand instead of the name brands.
Can I try these on before I buy them?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter fingers.
For the ones who find it delicious and can't possibly think of their life without it, peanut butter is a staple of every pantry. So why shouldn't you buy it from Walmart? It has less to do with the quality as the price tag. Branded peanut butter is good everywhere, but some retailers sell it at higher prices than others. This applies to Walmart.
You know, we're the store that managed to stay in business when Walmart opened down by the highway.
For some reason, Walmart considers peanut butter one of those luxury consumer products that should be sold at a higher markup. Maybe it's because of its popularity. When consumers like a product and clamor over it, this is a good sign for the retailer to add a few cents to the price tag. Still, customers buy it, then the price goes up a little more. It's not a big price hike that you as a customer would notice, but it still adds up when looking at your grocery bill. Even chains known for their higher prices, like Target, sell peanut butter for less. So to save yourself a bit of cash every week, take peanut butter off your grocery list when you head to Walmart. Again, knowing your prices makes all the difference when deciding what's a good deal and what's not.
It's a pretty damn good deal.
Broth.
Make soup, not war.
Stew is a favorite dish for many. It doesn't typically trigger allergic reactions like peanut butter and is a tasty staple dish no matter the season or weather conditions. Soup is another all-weather or all-season food. If it's snowing outside, a hot bowl of broth will warm your core and get you all cozy. When it's too hot and you don't feel like eating but still have to, a small bowl of stew will set you right. Many soup and stew recipes have one thing in common, and that's broth. So what's wrong with Walmart broth? Lack of options is one good reason to look elsewhere. You don't get organic varieties, vegan options, or different flavors. This limited list doesn't inspire much of an appetite to use broth as much as you should. You can't have tomato soup all the time.
Poor guy. He looks like a bowl of tomato soup.
Or feast on mushroom chicken broth every time you crave a bowl of the stuff. Other grocery chains offer a wide variety of options when it comes to broth stocks. This is especially true of the branded broths like Kroger. In addition, Walmart sells it at higher prices. It's not clear why. Maybe it's the price you have to pay to shop at a popular retail chain. Maybe it's one of those items that offset some of the other low prices. But is it really worth it?
Do you take Visa?
Visa hasn't existed for 500 years.
Maple syrup.
You want sample small batch Amazonian maple syrup?
Don't immediately jump in and say that maple syrup is inherently expensive and that you don't care about the price. You just love the stuff so much you would pay any asking price for it. And it's true. Real maple syrup seems as expensive as gold sometimes. The good stuff can turn a bland and tasteless pancake into a real meal that melts in your mouth and ignites fireworks in your brain. So why wouldn't you give out your firstborn for a bottle of original maple syrup from Walmart? Well, for one thing, the price is in cash dollars, and customers' babies are not a recognized currency at Walmart or anywhere else. Secondly, not only does Walmart sell maple syrup at a high markup, but some have complained that the stuff doesn't taste as good as what the competitors are selling. This claim would be fairly easy to verify yourself. So the next time you need to buy a bottle of maple syrup, head over to Costco. The maple syrup not only sells at almost half the price, it also tastes better. Now you can explore other chains and find out which one has the best maple syrup. It's a well worth it quest. Extra sweet and tasty, but well worth it indeed.
Is it worth it?
Great value Pizzadilla.
Pizza time.
Pizza is not the healthiest of foods. We know it's delicious and you can't get enough of it, but it is still an unhealthy food choice. But if pizza is unhealthy, wait till you hear about Walmart's Great Value Pizzadilla. It's a concoction made in the deepest dungeons of the grocery chain, and being part of a healthy diet is the least of its concerns. Even a small slice of the thing has more calories than you'd want to consume.
It's your moral imperative to eat and enjoy that pizza.
Well, one slice of Pizzadilla has 1,770 milligrams of sodium. That's more than 70% of the recommended daily intake of sodium. And that's just for one slice. By the time you finish gobbling up the whole package, your heart may be about to explode while your vital organs are on code red. And we still haven't talked about the calorie count yet. One slice will pump 380 calories into your system. And we know what you're thinking. The thing only costs $7. It's cheap and combines two of your favorite foods, pizza and quesadillas. It also comes in various flavors: Mexican, carne asada, or chicken enchilada. So why should you say no to this cheap deliciousness? Well, just remember those crazy sodium and calorie numbers and ask yourself if it's worth sacrificing your health for.
No, that's not what we ordered. We ordered a fat-free crust with extra cheese.
Low-cost pork.
You want the perfect pork? You gotta get yourself a slow cooker.
Now here's something that sells for less at Walmart than in other stores. We're talking about low-cost pork. When you, as a customer, pay less for a product, this means someone else needs to shoulder that loss. It can be the store in the price-juggling game we already talked about, or it could be someone else. But in the case of low-cost pork, it is always low cost.
I have to make sure the bacon is worth the taking.
That means prices don't change there. It is always cheap no matter the day of the week or the time of the day. And it can't be that Walmart is selling at a loss here. Well, it turns out that the farmers are the ones who have to carry the burden of this price cut. Since Walmart is the retail giant it is, with control over a huge chunk of the market, it can lay its own terms on the pork producers. Not only does Walmart set the prices it buys the pork at, but it also sets the quantity. Now you might say, why don't those farmers sell to someone else? The thing is, there's no one else willing to buy the same quantities Walmart buys. So as a farmer, you either sell to Walmart or you don't sell at all. And since Walmart wants to keep the customers happy with low-cost pork, the farmers end up footing that bill.
You'll never look at pork the same way again.
Seafood.
Well, everything together becomes seafood.
Seafood is less healthy than it used to be. Blame it on ocean pollution and the dumping of industrial waste in the oceans. Of particular interest is the high level of mercury in fish and other types of seafood. Even fish oil isn't safe anymore. This applies to farmed fish as well.
Only selling the finest farm-raised salmon in the county, that's all.
Wild salmon is considered healthier than salmon grown in farms. Walmart has always had a problem with its fresh produce and meat sections. They're understaffed, and the quality of the products are not always up to snuff. Now, to be fair, Walmart has done a great deal to improve the quality of the products and the prices. But there's still more that needs to be done to bring the chain up to the same level as the competition. It seems the fish that sells at Walmart has higher concentrations of mercury than at other chains. It might have to do with the seafood suppliers and the chain contracts. But whatever the reason, you should shop for seafood somewhere else until Walmart addresses this crucial problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Ground beef.
What's the beef here exactly?
When it comes to food, cheap is something you should probably avoid at all costs. The real problem here is that the Walmart ground beef isn't really that cheap. The beef you get at Walmart is not of the best quality. If you care about your health and what you put in your body, you'd want to steer clear from ground beef with added hormones, antibiotics, and other animal byproducts.
You know I buy the finest cuts of beef.
Needless to say, the cattle that provide the meat weren't raised in the healthiest of conditions. And since ground beef is just small bits of beef, there's no guarantee that you won't find high concentrations of fat and soft tissues in the ground beef. So you might think you're getting a good deal here, but in actuality, you're not.
Hey, that's a better deal than Sinatra gets.
Vitamins.
It's the only way I can get him to take his vitamins.
Vitamins are of dubious benefit. Ask any health expert, and most would confirm this statement. Rather than having a vitamin pill, you'd do yourself and your health a whole lot more by increasing your intake of vegetables and fruits. Fresh veggies and fruit are generally less expensive than a bottle of packaged vitamin capsules. That doesn't mean that bottled vitamins are totally useless. Sometimes you need certain vitamins that you can't get naturally from food. So what's wrong with vitamins in Walmart?
You want my vitamins? You want all my vitamins?
Yes.
The point is, avoid these vitamins and supplements and turn your shopping cart to the fresh produce section for a healthy dose of fruits and veggies.
You don't think vegetables can be tasty, huh?
Stay right here for more of our great videos. Just tap that screen. Checking us out for the first time? Then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.